Welcome back, Curry Crew. Today we have another delicious recipe. Now today we're going to be making a pineapple banana bread. Now we had tried this bread on our Hawaii trip on the road to Hana, and we loved it so much that we decided to bring this recipe to you. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into our video. So for our pineapple banana bread, we'll be taking two mixing bowls, one for the wet ingredients and one for the dry. So into our large bowl, we have 3 cups of flour, and then into this, we're going to add in 1 cup of sugar. Follow that up with 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then, using a spatula, give it all a nice mix to evenly combine all of the dry ingredients together. Once that is done, we can set this bowl aside and move on to the wet ingredients. So into our second bowl goes 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Next, we will add in 1 cup of avocado oil. Now, you can also use a vegetable oil if you don't have access to avocado oil. And then into our bowl goes 16 ounces of crushed pineapple. Next, we will crack in 4 eggs and then give it all a nice whisk in order to combine all of our wet ingredients into one uniform mixture. Finally, into our bowl, we will add in 4 over-ripened bananas. Now this recipe is perfect for when you have bought bananas and then completely forgot about them until they turned all black. Now instead of throwing them away, you can make that into something delicious. Give it another whisk in order to not only mix in the bananas, but we also want to try and mush them up a little bit as much as possible. We don't want chunks of banana, but rather a smooth blend. Once that is done, we can start mixing our wet and dry ingredients together. So add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients 1/3 at a time, and in between mix the batter together until it all starts to become uniform and all of the wet ingredients have been incorporated into the overall batter. Last but not least, we will add in 1 cup of crushed walnuts into our batter and give it one final mix. Overall, this recipe will make 2 pineapple banana bread loaves, so have the recipe if you only want 1 loaf. Next, take 2 loaf pans that are pre-greased and lined with parchment paper on the bottom, and then pour in the batter evenly into the 2 pans. We will bake our 2 loaves in the oven for about 1 hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. It's about 1 hour or until the bread passes the toothpick test, in which you insert a toothpick into the center of the bread and it comes out clean without having any batter stuck to it. After about 15 to 20 minutes, we will top our loaves with some toasted coconut and then continue baking for the remaining time. Once the loaves pass the toothpick test, roughly about 1 hour after you've put them into the oven, take them out of the oven and allow them to cool for about 5 minutes before transferring them to a cooling rack to cool down for another 10 to 15 minutes. And there we have it, guys. Our pineapple banana bread is ready for us to dig into, and don't they look amazing? And also on top of that, they also smell wonderful. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and go into the tasting. So guys, here we have our final pineapple banana bread. Look at that inside, it looks so good. It smells amazing. So I am going to dig right in and take a bite of this. Guys, that is so moist and delicious. It's still warm from coming out of the oven. It is amazing. You have this with a nice cup of coffee or like a cold glass of milk. It will be amazing. So you definitely need to try this recipe out for yourself because you're gonna fall in love and you're gonna be making this all the time. So try it out. Let us know how it turns out for you and keep on cooking.